Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I can't believe it's 2017 already. Time just flies by so much faster as you get older. It's just unbelievable. I felt like it was just 2016 New Year. So I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I'm glad to be back doing these live videos because they're so much fun for me. I just love doing things live so you can just, see the real process, unedited and how easy things really are. So thanks for joining me today. If you don't know me, my name is Lauren Vanosta, clinical nutritionist and a personal chef. So today I'm really excited to show you this recipe because it's a snack recipe, and who doesn't love snacks? I mean, I absolutely love snacks. If I could have snacks for every single meal of the day, I would. And I kind of structure my meals that way just because I like snacking so much. And when you have the right snacks, it's okay if you're snacking all day. And so I wanted to show you a recipe that I really love, and you're gonna love it too because it tastes like a dessert. So it's gonna satisfy your sweet tooth, it's gonna kill the cravings you have for something sweet and indulgent, and it's even chocolatey. So if you love chocolate, you're gonna love this. So let's get started. This is actually a snack recipe that is in the new January meal plan. So if you already got the meal plan, you have this recipe, but now I'm going to do a demonstration of it for you. And if you haven't gotten the meal plan yet, this is a sample of one of the recipes in that meal plan. And if you're interested in knowing more about the meal plan, you can go to the shop page on my website, and that's totalbodynourishment.com/shop. And the meal plans will be that first category on that page. And so, okay. So this is called Chia Date Balls. They're little snack balls that you can make really quickly and super easy, very minimal ingredients. So let's get started. First ingredient are gonna be dates. And you're gonna need to take the pits out of them. I bought these at Trader Joe's, so you get a big package of them because we need a cup of dates. So it's really easy to just take the pit out. I just like to squeeze it and then the pit just kind of pops right out. So let's see, we need a cup. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it and maybe do about 10 or 11 dates, however many I think that equals a cup. Dates are really good. They taste like caramel. So they're really good for a snack if you want some sweetness in the snack. It's really awesome. They have like a chewy texture, and so it makes these snack balls have a really nice texture to them. Because nothing's worse than like having one of those, you find those snack balls in like the grocery store or like maybe in Starbucks and they're just really dry. Yeah, these aren't that at all. These are very moist. I hate that word, but I'm gonna use it because that's the word to describe these. They're really good. Okay. I think that's good. And if you don't have a food processor, that's what I like to make them in. But you could also use a blender to help break down whatever is, all the ingredients. I just find the food processor is the easiest and least messy, especially since it's a lot shorter and open rather than a blender that's tall and you have to, stick your hands in there. So, almost done. Let's see. I think that's enough dates. So you can just kind of eyeball that cup. And then we're going to need about a quarter cup of chia seeds. So I'm gonna use my quarter cup measurement and get some chia seeds. The chia seeds are super great for this snack. This is one of the things in this snack that makes it so good for you, is because chia seeds are super high in a lot of healthy fats. So they're a good way to get those healthy fats in your diet without having to eat, a bunch of avocados or coconut oil. And these chia seeds are good because they're full of fiber. And the way chia seeds work in the body is they expand with liquid. So that's why there's a lot of puddings made with chia seeds, because they expand when they're in liquids. So when you eat these, they're going to expand in your stomach, and that's going to help keep you fuller longer. So this snack will also help curb your appetite so you're not craving something 30 minutes after you have this. So that's another awesome thing about this snack. Not only does it taste amazing, but it has those properties to it that are going to help you from, overdoing it on the snacks. And our next ingredient, we need raw cacao powder. And this is different than cocoa powder. This is the raw, unprocessed form. So that's the kind we want to use for this snack. And this is HealthWorks brand. This is the one I recommend. It's very affordable, unlike the ones you find at Whole Foods that are like $20 for a little 8-ounce package. So this is also on my shop page, and it's, you can just get it on Amazon. So a lot cheaper doing it that way. So we need a 1/4 cup of that. Just sprinkle that in. And then we also need some pumpkin seeds. And these are just raw, unsprouted, just regular pumpkin seeds. I got these at Trader Joe's, I believe. Make sure you store your nuts and seeds. If you're not going to use them right away, store them in the freezer so they last longer. Sometimes they go rancid really easily, and then they have a whole different flavor to them. It's not very good. And we need some vanilla extract next. 1 teaspoon of that. I'll eyeball that as well. If you haven't noticed, I always love to eyeball things. It's just easier, most of the time anyways. And then you just need a pinch of cinnamon, few sprinkles. And lastly, we need a little bit of water. So 1/8 of a cup is what the recipe calls for. It's also 2 tablespoons. So if you weren't aware, actually, there's 4 tablespoons per 1/4 cup. So if something's 1/8 of a cup, that's also 2 tablespoons. So if you see a recipe that you're wondering how many tablespoons that is, just think divided by 4 is how many tablespoons in each 1/4 cup. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a couple tablespoons of water. The water just helps kind of pull it all together and make everything sticky. All right, I think that's it. So now we just gotta process this up, and you're gonna get it into like a dough type of paste, and that'll help to put them into the ball shape when we're done. So you just wanna keep processing it until everything's broken down really nicely. You're still gonna see chunks of the pumpkin seeds, and the chia seeds are probably gonna remain mostly whole. So you just wanna get those dates broken down enough so that they turn into that creamy texture. And if you're using a food processor, I'm just pulsing it until I like the look of the texture. So I'll take a peek right now. Yeah, see, that's not good enough. And you can also, if you need to, add a little bit more water to make it stickier. So you can't see, but I'll show you. You can start to see it falling away from the edges a little bit, and that's when you know that it's ready. So then you can just take that and you can start putting it into little balls. So you can roll them however big or small that you want. I like them a little bit bigger just because I like to have like 2 for a snack rather than like 4 small ones. But that's just my personal preference. You can make them any size that you want. You can even make them into bars if you wanted. So you just take some and roll them in your hands, and then there you go. And then I'm just gonna put them on a baking sheet with some parchment paper, because I'm gonna throw these in the freezer for a few minutes to help them set. And then you can just store them in the fridge after that. So, like I said, you can make these any size that you want, and they're really easy. Like, do you see how easy that was? Especially, the food processor makes it completely pain-free. You just have to throw it in, turn it on, and that's pretty much it. And then, rolling these, it's not that hard either. And sometimes if you get your hands get really messy, just rinse them with water, and then that'll help making the rolling of these easier as well. This is really fun too, like if you have kids, because they can, play around with it. It's kind of like Play-Doh. Even though you probably teach your kids not to play with their food, but sometimes it's okay. This recipe makes between 10 and 12. I think the last time I made these, it was 11. So literally, it just depends on the size that you make them. Obviously, if you make them smaller, you're gonna have more. And if you make them bigger, you're gonna have less. And you can do some different varieties with this too. If you don't wanna use, cocoa powder, you don't have to add that in there. It will change the texture a little bit, but you can add something else in there. You can add maybe a little bit of nut butter. And you can also add some salt to this if you like things a little sweet and salty. That'll make these really good. You can sprinkle it on at the end, or you could add some shredded coconut. You could roll them in shredded coconut after you're done rolling them. And so there's a lot of things you can do with this. And I just love having snacks like this on hand because they're so tasty, you know? It's not like you're eating a stick of celery. I mean, I'm not knocking celery in any way because celery is awesome and I love it. But there's just those times where you want something a little bit more, something more satisfying. And, you know, this is like a really good thing to have for dessert. You know, just have one after your meal. And it's a healthy dessert that's going to help your body stay full longer because of those chia seeds. So this is very versatile. It can be dessert, it can be a snack, whatever you want it for. So a typical serving size, I would recommend 2 to 3, depending on what you're going for. Like if you just need something like I mentioned for a dessert, just having one after your meal would be good. But if you need like a bigger snack to hold you over a little bit longer, have 3. And these are so good for you. I mean, you get so many healthy fats in there, and you know, the dates are all natural sugar, so it's not like you're having anything that's white sugar or, you know, and they're gluten-free and vegan, so you're getting all those benefits too of not having any of those types of ingredients in there. And like I said, they're just good. I love these. So let's see, how many do I have? 3, 6, 9. Okay, so I have about 13. So see, like last time it was 11, today it's 13. So it just depends on the size you make them. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because they get really messy, but it's just the cacao powder on your hands. So as you can see, the snack balls are already, you know, they're in form. It's not like they need to set too much. You can just pop them in the fridge like this. I just like to put them in the freezer for a few minutes just to get them hard and really set, and then I'll take them out and store them in the refrigerator. So this is what they look like. They almost remind me of brownies. I mean, not like exactly like the cake texture of a brownie, but just the flavor and, you know, that sweet, and I don't know, the first time I had them I was like, ooh, these are like a brownie. So like I said, they can be for dessert too, but they're an awesome snack because the chia seeds, like I said, they expand in your stomach, and so that's going to help keep you full, prevent you from snacking or over snacking. And serving size is about 2 to 3 of these. And like I mentioned, this is one of the snack recipes in the new January meal plan that just came out on the 1st. And so these are the types of recipes that you get in those meal plans. Really simple, really easy, and really good too. So if you want to check that meal plan out, like I said, hop over to my shop page at totalbodynourishment.com/shop, and you can see the meal plans up there on the first category. So I'll go over the recipe one more time if you hopped on late, or if you want to jot it down real quick because you didn't as I was going. But we started with some dates. So you want to do 1 cup of dates and remove the pit and add them to a food processor or a blender. And then you're going to add a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, just plain whole chia seeds. Then you're going to do a 1/4 cup of raw cacao powder. And you're also going to do a little dash of cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then about 2 tablespoons of water. And a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. And that's it. Then you just process it up, roll them together just like I did, and let them set in the freezer, or just pop them in the fridge. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. And they're called Chia Date Balls. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. Please try it because you won't regret it. It's so good. And if you make it, share it with people around you because there's nothing better than, you know, sharing with others. And I hope you guys have a great start to your new year, and I'm really excited to bring you some more content this year and more live videos. So thank you again for joining me, and we'll talk soon. Bye.